So I need a new whiteboarding app, and I wasn't really sure what was out there until I started doing some research here, and there's a lot of really cool ones out there. I'm comparing some of the ones I determined to be the top four for me. First one being the good old faithful Excalidraw. I've been using this for a while on and off. I found tldraw, which is a newer solution that's also open source and has an SDK component as well, which is free for hobbyists but requires paid plans for commercial use. Then there is a draw.io, which redirects to diagrams.net. This is a really cool, always free model as well that has some integration with Atlassian tooling. So if you use Jira or Confluence, this is something you might be familiar with already. And then finally, this is something I use at work as well. This is mermaid.js, which lives now at mermaid.ai. If you click this link here and then go over here, you get to the open editor, which you can literally just start typing stuff in, and it renders live, which is really cool. So yeah, this is a quick review over the four that I kind of found. All of these are in incognito, quote unquote, private windows. So all of the stuff you're seeing is being done locally on the browser. I haven't logged into any of these, so everything you see here is what you can do for essentially for free. And that's something that I didn't want another subscription that I was paying for. As good as it is, I don't like having to keep track of subscriptions. So I wanted to compare the free solutions that I can kind of use as I needed for building out my ideas and kind of planning things out, as well as for YouTube videos. This is the primary use case for needing a whiteboard is my YouTube videos. So let's first fix this by going to night mode on all of these, and I'm gonna do a quick demo on, is there night mode? Preference, theme, dark. Perfect. This is already dark mode, and this is already kind of dark mode. Great. So yeah, I'm gonna go through all of these four apps, rank on my preference based on my current use cases, and share some pros and cons of each one. If you want to skip the entire rest of the video, the winner is clearly Excalidraw. I love the shortcut keys and the ability to just go to URL and just work. The text features, the alignment features, everything works really great. No complaints there. So if you want to just skip the rest of the video, you can. If you want to stay in tune to see how it compares to the others, then watch the rest of the video. So yeah, the first thing I kind of stumbled upon was Mermaid Live, or Mermaid. It's an open source MIT project. This was created a while back. I've heard of this a few times. It renders natively in GitHub, GitLab, Notion, Obsidian, VS Code. It's essentially free. There's like a big sale right now for AI diagrams and whiteboarding and version history. For that, you will need to pay for the pro plan. It's roughly about $6 and change, about $7 per user annually if you pay for the annual plan. Obviously, there's enterprise and SSO features that you can upgrade to. I don't need any of that. It's way too much money. It's way too much money for a whiteboarding tool. I'm used to MS Paint. There's MS Paint clones out there. You can just go to your browser and literally start doing this. So I've been using these for a while now, and they work great. I just want a little bit of this version modernized, and if it's able to retain history and export and save things locally, even better. So this is a little bit too much for my use case. If you're like on a commercial environment and you really need these like network diagrams or topologies or routes and things like that, then this would be a good use case for you. For me, however, it's too complicated. It's too complicated, too rigid, and not enough flexibility. But I really wanted to like this, especially with AI being able to come in here and have it design a code-based diagram. I think is a really neat solution. So props to it. Unfortunately, I won't be using it in my whiteboarding techniques. However, I have implemented this in slides as well as any kind of visuals I want to generate with code in my actual newsletter post. Then we have draw.io, redirects to diagram.com. This is 100% free. It's one of those things that's been free for a very long time, and as you can kind of see, it's a little bit it looks a little bit outdated compared to the other two apps or other three apps. It's been around for a while because it integrates really well with essentially Atlassian tooling. So there is plugins available inside of Jira and Confluence that are sold on the Atlassian marketplace. They range based off of tiers. I think price increase sometime in 2016, or they're going to be increased. So definitely check on that if you're going to use it with your Atlassian tooling. However, if you want just like a really cool diagram tool, this has like everything under the sun. All the shapes you could possibly want, people, arrows, everything kind of links together as you would expect, and it just works. It just works really well. The problem is it's a little too much for my needs. Like, I don't need all these features. You can do all the arranging stuff that I want, but it has way more features. If I needed to create a very specific diagram that I wasn't able to kind of draw out on my own, then I would say, yeah, come to this and try to do it on this, because you can probably find pre-made templates or any kind of asset that you need to build out what you want. So very cool. I like that it's free, and I like that the only paid version really is on a plugin that's integrated with other tooling. And I do like this canvas feature, being able to kind of go back and forth. However, for my use case, again, it's a little bit too much. And then tldraw. tldraw is kind of the new kid. It's also a free app, also no login required. You can share by downloading as PNG or SVG. I couldn't really find a way to save this as like a source and then being able to upload and continue. So TLDR, no, you can't. So you can. So it's very similar to Excalidraw, where you can do that, which is great. That's one thing I was really looking for. I don't like the shortcut as much. You have to kind of hover over to be able to see the keys, and I'm sure as you get better with using them, they'll be easier to use. However, I really wanted something that I was already kind of familiar with, and it does have all the alignment tools. This is really important to me because I'm able to quickly kind of fix my ADHD, which I'm not diagnosed, but as I'm building out these slides and whiteboards, I like to have things kind of grouped up. And finally, we have the winner, Excalidraw. It's listed as the top one for me for a few reasons. I mentioned I liked all the features that are included: collaboration, exporting, being able to share, as well as save the file directly and then work on it later. And you can do all that in lieu of paying for their own product, which I think is a great feature. They're touted to be free and free forever. You get an infinite scene, which, as you can see, you can scroll out forever. You have unlimited live collaborators. You can export to pretty much all the major formats. You can export to PNG, SVG, copy, and then you can also embed scenes, which lets you kind of have more information in the export, which you can then restore from. It does include a pay plan if you want to pay $6 a month per user. This gives you more scenes, gives you folder, gives you cloud saves, gives you access management, view, edit, sharing permissions, read-only links, Google Hangouts, screen shares, a ton of features. And honestly, I think I might pay for this. This is one of the few apps that as I use it more, it's making me consider actually paying for it. But we'll see. For now, I'll continue using the free plan, downloading the files locally, storing them, and then if I need to edit the assets later, I will upload and edit them. If you want enterprise, you have to get a quote. I'm obviously just a single person, so I will not be getting an enterprise quote. And one of the big kickers is that Excalidraw Obsidian does integrate. I haven't tried this out yet, but there is a plugin natively that has over 5.3 million downloads, which I think is just wild. So being able to create Excalidraw drawings in Obsidian, I think, is a huge game changer. I'm used to exporting this as a PNG or SVG and then uploading the image into my Obsidian MD file in order to kind of reference that. Having it just be native, I think, is crazy. So yeah, it's something I will be looking into, and just because of this feature existing and me being an Obsidian kind of connoisseur, I think Excalidraw is by far the way to go. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. I will see you on tomorrow. It's a very short one, no face today, but I just wanted to share my kind of findings with adopting a new whiteboarding app. And if you guys want to see a deep dive on how to use this as I kind of get more comfortable with the shortcut keys and everything, let me know. I'll be glad to create a demo and a full tutorial on how to use all of this. And you'll probably be seeing, honestly, in some videos going forward. So yeah, that's it. Day 10 over. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.